What's going on YouTube? WestHobbiesRC. So today we are back with the Tron Orion 5.5, but we were back with the video that I've seen is something I wanted to make, is what you are doing wrong as a beginner. It's a huge mistake that I see a lot of people doing, and I just wanted to make a video about it. So we have the stick cam set up. We're gonna go over stick cam, and what it basically is that when you're a beginner, it's very boring to do your regular flying, right? So a lot of people, they rush too fast. So this is what I'm going to talk about. So let's spool up. We're going to go into a low head speed, keep the helicopter close. You should be able to see my sticks now. So when you're a beginner and you're learning to fly, right, you got to get them orientations. So what I mean by that is tail in, side, nose in, nose right, tail in, nose left, nose right, or nose in, nose right. So you learn how to do that. And what a lot of people I see do is the minute they can do that, or they can push forward and they can turn the helicopter around and they can fly back here and they can turn the helicopter around, they immediately start to want to do a flip. So, okay, so I immediately see people, that's easy to do, right? But that's wrong. If you can't personally take that helicopter, fly it around in a circle to the left, and then immediately switch it, go to the right. If you can't fly it around backwards, you shouldn't be progressing into any kind of flips, any kind of 3D at all. You should be able to take that helicopter at, say, this height here, right? You're hovering, you can do that. You should be able to push it forward. And just because you can push it forward doesn't mean you should immediately turn into a stall turn. Even though it's a very simple maneuver, you need to learn the basics of flight. So the basic figure eights, okay, your basic hovering. It's very, very boring, but it's something you have to do. You should be able to stop the helicopter on a dime, push it forward, stop it, kick the tail around. You should be able to pirouette and somewhat keep the helicopter in a standard location. This is going to teach you stick control. You should be able to do it to the right. You should be able to do your basic close circles. So if you can hover, that doesn't mean you should immediately go upside down. It doesn't mean you should learn flips. Doesn't mean you should do them nose in. It's not stuff you should be doing as a beginner. As a beginner, take the time to learn that basic hover. It's very boring. I promise you, it's boring. But what happens is, if you can hover, right, and say you can do a forward flight, and then you progressed into stall turns, nose left, and then you progressed nose right, you can do all that. Okay, great. That doesn't mean you can go out there and do a loop, even though it's simple. But what can happen is, at any point in time, you lose control. You don't know the basics of getting the helicopter out of that particular maneuver. Learning these basics are fundamental to all flying styles. No matter if you're going to be a sport flyer, if you're going to be a 3D flyer, it doesn't matter. You have to learn that basic. Push the helicopter backwards. Okay, push the helicopter forward. Again, right, left, figure eights, backwards flying, tail in, nose in, pirouetting hovers. That's all very, very important to learning your 3D. Once you can do all that, sure, progress into your basic aileron rolls. But before you can progress into that, you need to learn how to do it again upside down. So upside down hovering, upside down nose in, left, circle, right. Then learn your upside down basic flying. Your upside down figure eights. Don't just go to your hard trying to learn all these maneuvers, even though they may be easy, right? It's easy to do a flip. Okay, I was very sloppy, but you get the point. It's easy to do flips. Aileron. Okay, it's easy to throw rudder in there. It's easy to do elevator flips. That's all basic 3D flying, but if you don't have the fundamentals on the control of the helicopter, left, right, forward, backwards, you will never progress and you will crash all the time. Take it from experience. That's what happened to me. When I first learned how to fly, I wanted to be able to go out there. And loops are very simple, right? So you pull back, you got a loop. Catch it, very simple, very, very simple. Stall turn, pull up, kick the tailor out. Catch it. Even though it's easy flying, it's still, you need to learn that fundamental of your basic circuits. So please, when you're beginning, do not rush into learning 3D, okay? Don't do it. Just learn your basics, take the time, simulator practice, put that helicopter where you want it. Should be able to come down, pull up, stop the helicopter, okay? Should be able to do it all, pirouette it. But hold the helicopter in that pirouette, right? You should be able to do all that. And once you can do all that, then progress into your basic 3D, learn it upside down, learn your basic rolls. The sun's right there. But so that's what I wanted to make this video about, is just your basic, and learn that fast forward flight, right? So learn how to fly that helicopter almost like an airplane. Because that is teaching muscle memory, it's teaching brain control, it's teaching you orientation. Even if you don't want to be a 3D pilot. Because doing this, learning how to kick the tail around, learning how to do just basic nose down circles, it's all very critical to learning everything in helicopters. So I'll cut this video short here. We're going to set this thing down. So there you guys go. Flew down to 30%, as you can see there. So I hope that has helped you. I see and I get these questions all the time about, you know, I can hover, how do I learn how to do flips? Or I can hover, but I don't know how to do the controls of doing a flip. Don't worry about that. Right now, just worry about your basic flying. Learn how to 4-point hover, learn how to puro hover, learn how to do forward flight, backwards flight, left, right. Once you can do it all upright, flip the helicopter over, which we will do a video about learning how to hover inverted, flying inverted. We will get that done. But do it all inverted. Once you can do it all inverted, forward, backwards, left, right, circles, figure eights, then you can start learning how to progress into 3D, because again, the fundamentals are every step of the way in 3D. And take it from me, who has tried to progress too fast. I didn't care about learning the basics. It was boring. I wanted to learn how to just do 3D, and I would crash all the time. I took a step back, and then I progressed even faster. So I hope that has answered some of your guys' questions. I hope this video was helpful. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Take care, and have a great day.